I'm older than him. I'm about twice as old as I thought I would live to be, because I was raised in Detroit and D.C. in the 70s, so statistically, I'm not even fucking here right now. If you watch TV in this country, you would think that getting old is the worst thing you can do with your life. There's a commercial for a skin tightening treatment that I fucking hate. This woman comes out and she's like, "Hi. I'm Cindy. I'm 56, but no one has to know." Well, bitch, you just told everybody. We have more show, ladies and people. Our next guest is a lady that was sitting there, and I didn't know that she was on the show. Had I known, I would not have made her sit so close to the table. People fucking hate that. I'm sorry, Betsy, but please welcome. She works at all the clubs around the city. Please welcome Betsy Carroll.
And now I reveal myself to you. It is I, the one who sat among you. You didn't even notice, I blended right in. No, I was really glad to have my new mentor open for me. I love her. Love her. No, I'm not being sarcastic. Sounded like I was. Wow. So anyways, so I recently went through a breakup. It was a pretty tough one. I actually had to have the guy's number blocked. You know, he was still calling me even though we weren't together anymore. He wasn't necessarily stalking me, but I had to block him as a precaution, just in case he ever decides to stop calling me. Trying to move on with my life. I don't need to know that, you know? I just want to think he kept calling me forever and ever and ever. No, yeah, breakups are hard. I just got retested for ADHD. And in the words of my future cougar self, I still got it. I'm too young to be a cougar, you guys. Yeah, I thought it was a little strange when, like, during my evaluation, my doctor, he asked me to rate my love life on a scale of Kardashians. Kris Jenner being the lowest, and Northwest being the highest, obviously. But I trust him, he's my doctor, so I just answered. I was like, you know what, it's a train wreck, so I'm tempted to say Lamar, but it's also really fun and entertaining, so I'll give it a Scott Disick. And he was like, Betsy, that doesn't answer the question. The question was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it for you to focus during one-on-one conversations? I was like, hey, Doc, I've been seeing you 10 years. You don't know the answer to that one? Maybe you should get tested. He seemed like a little bit annoyed with me, but I know I'm still his favorite patient because during our sessions, he's always saying, fascinating. Like under his breath like that. What was I just talking about? My love life. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's hard. The ladies know. It's hard to meet some nice, normal guys sometimes, and I know I've spent all my life just looking for a guy who is just a good guy, a guy who's just spontaneous and responsible. And then the other day I was walking on the street and it finally happened. I found the guy. I was just walking down 7th Avenue and I slipped on a used condom on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh my God, this is the guy. have sex in the street, 7th Avenue, but responsible enough to have safe sex no matter what street. And yeah, I mean, all my exes just wanted to take me back to a nice comfy bed and play Russian roulette, but this guy is different. I knew I had to meet this guy, so I was like, I should probably take this with me and like make my own Cinderella story come true. Like, use this to find him, like a little glass slipper. Like, who does it fit? But then, like, as I was about to pick it up, I was like, Betsy, this is crazy. Because obviously this guy is a litter bug. And I know nobody's perfect, but for me, that is a deal breaker. Yeah, so anyways, so I work at a tech startup, and I actually wanted to take this opportunity to pitch you guys some startup ideas, because I know some of you guys have some cash in your pockets, and you guys all know my name. You can reach out to me via LinkedIn. So, my first idea is coming at you right now. It's called Ubets. It's a lot like something you're probably familiar with, Uber, except instead of you telling the app where you want to go and where you want to get picked up, you just get the option of meeting me wherever I am and sharing a cab with me to wherever I need to go. And then you can pay 50% of the cab fare or more. It's up to you. Except during peak Betsy hours, which fall, you know, very frequently and without any regular pattern. I thought this was a good idea because, like, you know, I love taking cabs everywhere, but, like, you know, it's so expensive. So this is, like, really a good solution for me. So my next startup idea I wanted to present you guys with is called Betscoin. It's a lot like this very, very popular and innovative new enterprise known as Bitcoin. So I just have to find out what Bitcoin is, what they do, and then I will have the business model for Betscoin. Okay, so one last idea for you guys. So you've probably heard of Etsy, and I'm sure you've heard of eBay. But have you heard of Etsybay? It just so happens to be Pig Latin for Betsy, which is my name. I don't know if that was clear. But, I don't know, I don't really have an idea for that yet, but I'm still working through it, but I think there's something there. Oh, man. So, yeah, I've been working at the same startup for quite a while now, and as of 3 weeks ago, I just started a new job as a software engineer. Pretty cool. I worked really hard. Is anyone here into, like, tech? That's great. Personally, not for me. It's kind of just something I started doing to sound more interesting at girls' night. At girls' night, it's this thing where I get together with a bunch of guys that I met on Tinder, and we watch girls. I also call it Bachelorette by surprise, because they don't know when I invite them over that there's going to be a bunch of dudes. You know, you got to do what you got to do to get out there. Am I right, ladies? Yeah, ladies. Valentine's, let's hang out. I went on a first date, just getting back in the game. It's hard, and I went on a first date with this guy, and then I didn't hear from him. And I was tempted to reach out, but I'm really not used to texting the guy first. So I had to, like, brainstorm, and I thought for a while, and I was like, you know what, let's just send something casual and cool. So I sent him a text that said, hey, I finally got that stain out of my dress. Who knew living could harden like that? And he was kind of like you guys. He, like, didn't react immediately. So I was like, oh God, okay, I need a back pedal. Make sure I don't sound needy. So I sent him a little damage control follow-up text. Just said, whoops, wrong text. Anyways, what are you up to? Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I find that guy that I had a pretty good connection with, and then he dumped me because I'm a non-Jew. And it was very heartbreaking for me. And to add insult to injury, he tried to imply that it was my own fault for not being more clear about my background when we met on J-Dates. So now I just have like a super honest, super clear dating profile. My username is Shik's Appeal. And my About Me says, willing to convert, in the meantime, let's piss off your mom, conveniently located on the Upper West Side. All right, guys, love you, I mean it.
Well, what's up with Betsy Carroll, everybody? When I first came to New York, I was going to study psychology. So I would never again have to ask the question, what the fuck is wrong with you? When you live here, you ask that question every 7 seconds. A couple weeks ago, I'm sitting on